Hello everyone. Welcome to this session on osteology of the head and neck. In this session, we'll be learning about the mandible. Mandible, as we all know, it is the bone of the lower jaw. Okay. So mandible will be learning under following headings. First, we'll study the external features of the mandible, its various parts. Then we'll learn about the muscle attachments of the mandible. Then various ligaments attached to the mandible. Then there are certain nerves which are related to the mandible. We'll study that. And lastly, the applied anatomy related to it. Okay. So let's begin with the various external features of the mandible. So mandible, as we all know, it has got two characteristic parts. One is the ramus and other is the body. Okay. Ramus are two on each side, and the central part is the body of the mandible. Okay. The body of the mandible, if we see, it has got a superior border, an inferior border, and two surfaces, an outer surface and an inner surface. Okay, this is the inner surface of the body. And when we see the ramus of the mandible, it has got four borders and two surfaces. The borders and surface of the ramus are, this is the anterior border of the ramus, this is the posterior border, this is the superior border, which is also known as the mandibular notch, and this is the inferior border, which is continuous with the body of the mandible. Okay. This ramus of the mandible has got two specific parts. This anterior part is referred to as the coronoid process of the mandible, and this posterior part is referred to as the condylar process of the mandible. In some books, it is also given as condyloid process. Okay. Then on the outer aspect, here we can see an oblique line. Then there is a opening here which is seen. This is the mental foramen. This opening is the mental foramen. And let's see the features on the inner aspect of the mandible. On the inner aspect, this opening which we can see, this is the mandibular foramen. Just anterior to the mandibular foramen, there is a projection here. This one, this is referred to as the lingula of the mandible. Okay, a tongue-like process just in front of the mandibular foramen. This is the lingula of the mandible. Then this line which is seen here, this is the mylohyoid line. And on the inner aspect here, we can see certain elevations. These are referred to as genial tubercles. There are two superior and two inferior genial tubercles. Okay. This is the mandibular foramen, and from there we can see a groove here. This is referred to as the mylohyoid groove. Okay. This is in line with the mandibular foramen. This is mylohyoid groove, and this is mylohyoid line. Okay. These are two different structures. Mylohyoid line is an elevation on the mandible. Mylohyoid groove is a depression on the mandible. Okay. So these are certain important external features of the mandible. Now let's learn about the muscle attachments of the mandible. This oblique line which we can see here, this gives attachment to the buccinator muscle. Then there are some facial muscles which are attached here. The depressor labii inferioris, depressor anguli oris. Okay. Then on the outer aspect of the ramus of the mandible, there is a muscle called as masseter. Okay, it's a muscle of mastication. Muscles of mastication, there are four in number. All four are attached to the mandible. On the outer aspect, there is masseter, and on the inner aspect, we'll see other muscles. Okay, so let's just revise the muscles on the outer aspect of the mandible. Muscle here is masseter. Then on the oblique line is buccinator muscle. Then there are few muscles of the face, depressor labii inferioris and depressor anguli oris. Now let's learn about the muscle attachments on the inner aspect of the mandible. So on the inner aspect of the mandible, just below the condylar process, there is a small depression here, which is referred to as the pterygoid fovea. Okay. This condylar process is also referred to as the head of the mandible. Okay. There is a small depression here, which is referred to as the pterygoid fovea, which gives attachment to the lateral pterygoid muscle. Okay. And on the inner aspect of the angle of the mandible, the muscle is medial pterygoid muscle. Okay. Then along the coronal process of the mandible, the muscle is temporalis. So these four muscles are of the mastication. Which four muscles? The outer aspect which we learnt, the masseter muscle, the lateral pterygoid muscle, the medial pterygoid muscle, and temporalis. All these muscles are muscles of mastication. Then which are the other muscles attached onto the mandible? This mylohyoid line. Mylohyoid line gives attachment to the muscle that is mylohyoid. It is also referred to as the oral diaphragm. Okay. Then along the genial tubercles, the superior genial tubercles, they give attachment to the genioglossus muscle, and the inferior genial tubercles, they give attachment to the geniohyoid muscle. Okay. Since hyoid bone is below, the inferior genial tubercles will give attachment to the geniohyoid, and the superior genial tubercles will give attachment to the genioglossus. Glossus refers to the tongue. Okay. Along the inferior border of the mandible, there is a small depression which is referred to as the digastric fossa, which will give attachment to the anterior belly of the digastric muscle. Okay. Then certain salivary glands are related to the mandible. This mylohyoid line, above the mylohyoid line, the depression which is seen, this fossa is referred to as the sublingual fossa, where the sublingual salivary gland is related, and below, this is referred to as the submandibular fossa, related to the submandibular salivary gland. Okay. Now let's learn about the ligaments attached to the mandible. There are four ligaments which are attached to the mandible. One is the stylomandibular ligament, which is attached along the angle of the mandible. Stylomandibular ligament, it's a modification of the deep cervical fascia. Okay. Then there's a ligament here along the lingula of the mandible, that is sphenomandibular ligament. Then there is a ligament along the neck of the mandible, the temporomandibular ligament. The temporomandibular ligament is attached along the neck of the mandible. And there is a ligament attached behind the third molar tooth. This ligament is pterygomandibular ligament, also referred to as pterygomandibular raphe. Okay, so these are the four ligaments attached to the mandible. Now let's learn about the various nerves related to the mandible. There is a nerve which goes through the mandibular foramen, that is the inferior alveolar nerve. Okay, so inferior alveolar nerve is related here. Inferior alveolar nerve gives a branch, is referred to as nerve to mylohyoid. Okay, so mylohyoid nerve is related in the mylohyoid groove. Then here, just below the third molar tooth, there is a nerve related, that is lingual nerve. Then along the inner aspect of this neck of the mandible, there is a nerve related called as the auriculotemporal nerve. Okay, so four nerves we have covered along the inner aspect of the mandible. I'll repeat again: inferior alveolar nerve, nerve to mylohyoid, then lingual nerve, and auriculotemporal nerve. These four nerves are seen along the inner aspect of the mandible. There are some nerves along the outer aspect of the mandible as well. There is a nerve which comes out through this mandibular notch to supply the masseter muscle. So masseteric nerve is related here, near the mandibular notch. Then this mental foramen, there is a nerve related that is called as the mental nerve. It is actually the inferior alveolar nerve which comes and continues as the mental nerve. Okay. Then there is a nerve related along the inferior border of the mandible, that is the marginal mandibular nerve. Okay. So in all there are 7 nerves related to the mandible. 4 we had seen on the inner aspect and 3 on the outer aspect. The masseteric nerve, mental nerve, and marginal mandibular nerve. Okay. So these are the various nerves related to the mandible. Now let's study about the applied anatomy related to the mandible. This mental foramen of the mandible has got age-related changes. We can see this mental foramen, it is lying at the intermediate level as compared to the superior border and the inferior border. In children, it is at a lower level because of the deciduous teeth and the permanent teeth both occupying the upper part of the jaw. That's why the mental foramen is at a lower level. In adults, it is at an intermediate level because the deciduous teeth has fallen off and only the permanent teeth is remaining here. Okay. And in old age, this mental foramen shifts more up because this permanent teeth has also fallen off and there is resorption of this border. Resorption of this alveolar border will lead to shifting of the mental foramen higher up. Okay, so mental foramen will be higher up in old age. Okay, this is one age-related change. Then this angle of the mandible, there is a specific point which is called as gonion. In craniometry, there are specific points in the skull which help in measurement of various dimensions. So angle of the mandible is referred to as gonion, and this central midpoint is referred to as nathion. Okay, this projection here is referred to as mental protuberance. The most projecting point here is referred to as nathion. Okay, then mandible is also prone to fractures. This neck of the mandible is one of the common sites for fracture of the mandible. Okay. Then there's an applied anatomy related to the inferior alveolar nerve. This is the mandibular foramen which permits the inferior alveolar nerve. During dental procedures, the anesthetic agent has to be injected along the inferior alveolar nerve to block it. For that, the lingula is palpated behind the third molar tooth and the anesthetic agent is injected behind it. Okay. So inferior alveolar nerve block is one of the most common nerve block procedures performed in dentistry to perform procedures along the lower jaw. Okay. So this was just a brief session to cover all important aspects with respect to the mandible. Okay. So if you all have any doubts, you all can ask in the comments section below. Okay. Thank you.